Hello everyone, it is phrasmotica here and welcome back to Feed the Beast. I've got my face cam on right now because I feel like it and I'm probably going to do stuff like this from now on. But you might be wondering why the heck in my house there is only my crafting table and nothing else. And you might also be wondering, why has the waypoint's name changed to Old Home? Well, let me show you my waypoints. I did a bit of exploring and I've got a new home. And we're going to move in there once I've got rid of this crafting table. You're going to be thoroughly impressed by this new home, I hope, because I spent a while on it. And I don't know whether or not I want to tear this one down just yet because, well, actually I probably will at some point in the future, just not yet. But regardless, we're going to go to my new home. So, wait for it to load. Oh, it's all marble. What is this marble stuff? I thought I only ever used wood. No. This is marble. This is freaking marble. And this is my new home. We've got my coke oven going here, cooking up some cold coke. I've taken a little bit out, as you can see. I did put in a full stack at first. That maths isn't wrong or anything. Got my old chest with all my valuable stuff and all my miscellaneous stuff. And I've got some empty spaces on the wall here. That's an unintentional Pink Floyd reference. Where I'm going to put a bunch of my items. Not in chests, mind you, but in these new things that we're going to make, which are called barrels. Now, I believe that barrels are from a mod called factorization, and what the barrels allow you to do, you actually need some wood logs and then a wooden slab to make a barrel. What the wooden barrels will do is they will store only one type of item each, but they will store up to 4,096 of each individual type of item. So say I was going to make a barrel now. In fact, let's do that. Although I will need to put out my crafting table. Derp. Okay. Put you right there. And let's go get some materials because they're all in the chest. So we're going to need some wood slabs. For that I'm going to use some of these wood planks. And we're going to need some logs. I'll just use this birch because we are in a kind of I think we're in a birch forest biome. Oh no, we're on a beach right now. But around us there is a birch forest biome. So I'll cut down a bunch of birch trees. So to get these wood slabs, first of all, we just need to lay out 3 wood planks, just like that, and you get 6 wood slabs. So that's quite a bit it's quite the bang for your buck, if you want to put it that way. And then we arrange the wooden logs, and we get the barrel. Now, this barrel looks pretty mundane right now, but let's put it down. If you look at it right now, it says it's empty, and that's because it is. We haven't put anything in it yet. But if I were to get something that I have a lot of, say cobblestone, I've got, what, 4 1/4 stacks of it. If I right click on this barrel, it'll deposit 1 stack of it in there. It'll display what's in the barrel and it'll tell you how much of that item is in there. And then right click with another stack, it'll tell me how many stacks are in there. 2 times 64, it's just using standard form. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Or is that index form? Oh, I can't be bothered to remember. Freaking GCSE maths. Anyway. If there isn't a full stack in there, it'll tell you plus and then whatever number towards a full stack. And if you double right click on it, I should say, it'll deposit everything of that item in your inventory into that barrel at once. Now to get stuff out of there, what you can do is you can either left click it as normal, that'll pull a stack out of it, or you can hold down shift and then left click and that'll draw out just one of that item. So I'm going to put all of that back in here for now, and my plan is to fill up these empty spaces with barrels, so they'll kind of be my big grandiose item storage area, and then the rest of the place it'll just be for processing and stuff. Now speaking of processing, I do like this setup that I have right here. It looks very nice admittedly, but Industrial Craft in my opinion is not the best mod to use for ore processing. The better mod to use in my opinion is this mod called Buildcraft. And what Buildcraft, oh no, wait, hold on. No, I'm wrong. It's not Buildcraft. It's actually a mod called Thermal Expansion. I thought it was Buildcraft at first because it uses power from Buildcraft. But in fact, it's Thermal Expansion. And then inside Thermal Expansion, there is this machine called the... Show yourself to me, bastard. I'm just going to search for it instead. There is this machine that we want to make called the Pulverizer. What the Pulverizer does is exactly the same as the Macerator. However, I pressed the usage button. You can't use the Pulverizer in anything. it doesn't give us this dust, it gives us pulverized of a certain ore. So we stick some iron ore in there, it gives us pulverized iron, as you can see right there. And pulverized iron, you can smelt it to make an iron ingot. It's basically a replacement for iron dust, but what the pulverizer does is it also gives you a chance of getting some kind of side product whenever you process a certain ore. I think, if I just type that in again, let's see. Yeah, I think if you pulverize pulverized iron, you will not only get 2 pulverized iron, but there's a small chance that you could get a bit of pulverized ferrous metal. I think it's like 10%. So pulverizing stuff is better than macerating stuff. Plus it goes quicker if you've got some more power to power it. This power that I'm talking about is not industrial craft power, i.e. this EU stuff that we put in the generator, but it's MJ power, which stands for Minecraft Joules, although megajoules would make more sense in the real world. I guess Buildcraft is way too cool for that. But regardless, I think I'm going to start off by making that pulverizer, because I want my ore production to be a bit more slick and a bit more streamlined. And also, when I say slick and streamlined, you will see exactly what I mean by that later on, once we've made these things. So to make this pulverizer, you might have seen it earlier, and this is like the 3rd time I'm searching for it now. We are going to need some flint, this machine frame thingy, a piston, a redstone reception coil, and some copper. Now this redstone reception coil needs gold and redstone, and the machine frame needs gold, iron, and glass in this shape. Now the pulverizer and what we're eventually going to make afterwards, which is the powered furnace, which is simply a furnace powered by this Buildcraft power, they are a bit more expensive than the macerator and the electric furnace if you're using GregTech on easy mode, which I am, because GregTech, in my opinion, is a pile of shit. But if you're using GregTech on hard mode, you would definitely build this pulverizer and powered furnace before you build the macerator and electric furnace, because it's a lot more expensive. Well, macerator at least is a lot more expensive. So we're going to make this pulverizer. We're going to need some flint. Do I have any flint? No, I do not. Okay, the easiest way of doing that is just putting some gravel out and hoping for the best. Just re-dig it up. There's a 10% chance on each one. You see? There we go. So now I've got 3 more gravel to try my luck out. Come on. Ideally, I want all of these to turn into flint, because that would be great. Other than my personal wish for it, there's not really anything else that this flint would be useful for. Apart from these machines, of course. Come on, flint. Reveal yourself. Alright, fine. Just pile up that way. Alright. If this takes too long, I'm going to cut to it. There we go. Perfect timing. Right, we've got 2 flint. So, this flint. That goes either side of the recipe. And most importantly, we need this machine frame. So the machine frame, it said we needed gold, glass, and iron. So, glass, I've got some glass here actually, so that's good. Yeah, we needed 4 glass, so that is just perfect. We also need some gold, which I believe is over in my processing room. I've divided up the area a little bit. It just makes it... It means that the torches that are scattered about the floor actually have some purpose on being on the walls, as opposed to just, you know, as they are right now, haphazardly around on the floor. It doesn't look great architecturally. But anyway, we need 1 gold. Actually, we need 2 gold for the whole recipe, so I'll take that. And we got plenty of iron, because that macerator went to town on the ore. Can you not see the sign on the door, Dad? You're on YouTube. Apparently the recording keep out sign doesn't work. Regardless, back to the pulverizer. We need to make the machine frame. So it's gold there, and then iron on the corners, and then glass. And we have our machine frame. This machine frame is used a lot in machines from thermal expansion. We'll be making it quite a bit. So I don't know if you want to make multiple of these now. I'm certainly not going to, because I don't need to. But there you go. That's me. So we also need some redstone, because we needed to make that weird reception coil thingy. So 2 redstone there, and a piece of gold. A gold ingot. There's our reception coil. And what else did we need? We needed some copper and a piston. I haven't made a piston yet. So, copper. Where is you at, bro? Oh, you're in the ingots chest. Pfft, stupid me. Okay. And we also needed a piston. And for the piston, we're going to need iron, redstone, cobblestone, and wooden planks. So, actually, we've got some wooden planks right here. We just need some cobble, which I put in this barrel. There you go, just take 4 out of there. It's a very, very quick thing to use if you're looking for bulk item storage. And what else do we need? Was that it? Yeah, I think that was it. So, I should probably put this crafting table in a closer place, but whatever. For now, let's make this piston. Just like that. And then let's make this frigging pulverizer thingy. So copper there, receptacle coil, machine frame, piston, and flint. And here it is, the pulverizer. So, as cool as the name sounds, we're going to put it down and leave it to do stuff as we wish, which is a shame for it, really. It doesn't have that great a life. Okay, what can I put this? You know what? I'll actually, I could do. I'm just thinking of where to put it because there's some stuff behind it that we're going to need to facilitate somewhere, and I'm thinking that I best have a look. Actually, you know what? Would this? No, that wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Okay. I'll put it in this room. I'll redo this room at some point. The only machine that I'll be using from industrial craft that much really is the extractor, because that's the only machine to my knowledge which can, you know, process sticky resin. Oh, I got a bit doing right there. But let me get rid of these iron furnaces. We don't need those. Let's put this pulverizer down. We're going to put it right there, one away from the wall, for a good reason. So, right here, it looks a bit more confusing than the macerator. Macerator, thing goes in, power, thing comes out. Here we've got an energy meter. You can see this holds up to 4,800 Minecraft joules. There's this slot here which I don't really know what it does. That's the input, that is the primary output. There are 2 different stacks of stuff if need be. And then there's a secondary output. And that secondary output is for the side products that potentially could be made. Now, before we go to using this pulverizer, we're going to need to make sure that in this configuration, it is configured to exactly what you need. And as you can see, there are some different coloured slots on each side of the pulverizer, apart from the front side. The pulverizers can't really have any input or output from the front side. It's just, that's its identifier side, really. So all the blue slots right here serve as input slots. And as you can see, all the yellow ones serve as the secondary output slots, and all the red ones serve as the primary output slots. So the idea is we can configure this to however the hell we want, to have stuff being input from a certain side, have stuff being output from a certain side, and it basically automates the production of the ore in the sense that it can be transferred from one inventory, like this mini inventory in the pulverizer, to another inventory, for example a chest, without the need for any kind of pipes or transport blocks or anything like that. So this is a much more streamlined way of processing ore, because you don't need pipes and you don't need massive amounts of spaces for stuff. If you try and do this kind of thing in industrial craft, it gets messy really freaking quickly. But here in thermal expansion, and I guess you could say it's part of buildcraft, although that's contradicting what I said earlier, it's a lot easier. So for the input, I'm going to want it to go in through the top. I'm going to use this hopper that we made previously. Break, you bastard. There you go. So, like the other machines, you right click on it, doesn't do anything, shift right click, there we go. So, since that's a yellow port right there, that's an output side. And if we want to make sure that's an input side, we can click it until it changes to blue. As you can see, the port on the top has changed to blue. Now, that's the top face, that's the left face, the right face, that's the bottom face, which we can't really see right now, so we're not going to have anything to do with that. And then that is the face on the back. Now, these blue slots, like I said, are for input, but they're only for input for blocks. If we want to power this thing, we're going to need to use engines, but the engines don't need these blue slots to actually have the power accepted into the machine. So really, the only input we need is that at the top, and the only output we need is for these products and secondary products. Now, one thing I'm thinking of doing is setting this to not yellow, but to orange. Orange is obviously a combination of red and yellow. It makes sense that all of the products, primary and secondary, will all come out of this side right here. But for everything else, we really don't need anything at all. Now, you might have seen this little, uncoloured square right here. That is for later on. Don't worry about that just yet. Basically, input the top, output at the side. Now, like I said, to power this we're going to need engines. So, what kind of engine should we use? Well, first of all, there's a redstone engine, and I spelled it completely wrong. Let me just type in engine, that would be easier. There's a redstone engine, which delivers a redstone signal to something. It won't power this thing, that's all I'm saying. What we want to power this thing, first of all, is a Stirling engine. And that is made similarly to a redstone engine, even though we haven't made one yet, because we don't need one. The Stirling engine needs a piston, these stone gears, a piece of glass, and some cobblestone. Now, these stone gears are made by surrounding a wood gear with cobblestone, and then the wood gear is diamond shaped. We saw the gears previously when we were making the hopper. So, let's make that Stirling engine to power this mofrucker. Let me bring my crafting table over towards where my items are. That'll be easier. So, we're going to need some gears. Give me some wood. There we are. Let's turn all of these into sticks. Why not? 16 sticks. Perfect. And, oh dear. Right. 2 wooden gears. Now, some cobble. I put it over here for a reason. I was demonstrating the barrels. So, 2 of those, and 2 of those. Stone gears. Piston. We've made the piston before, and we need some more wood. This is great. You might be thinking that I'm getting a bit short on wood, but not to worry, we will resolve that in a future episode, in quite a fun way, believe it or not. But let's make this piston. What else did we need? The piston, we need the gears, and we need glass. That was it. Glass. Glassy, glassy, glass. Glass goes in the glass goes in the middle. No, it was stone. Jeez, I'm not making a redstone engine here. It's for noobs. Alright. Stirling engine. Now you might be thinking, why is it called a Stirling engine? I don't know, is the short answer. It just is. Let's plop that right there, and as you can see, its output side, which is the blue kind of bar right there, is going directly into the pulverizer. There is a tool that we can use to flip it around so that it points at different machines if we wanted it to, but since this is the only machine right there, it'll point at it directly when it's put down. So if we right click on the Stirling engine, we can see there's some kind of combustion slot right here. And as you would guess, we need to put some kind of fuel in there. For example, coal, or even better, coal coke. Now let me see how my coal coke is doing. We have got another 8 right here, that's good. How many did I have from the dungeon? Oh, well, I set a lot of it processing between episodes. I've got more than a stack now. So really, I could, I'll take 3 of these, why not? Just 3, I don't need that many. So, this Stirling engine will basically take the energy, i.e. the 16k EU that's in this coal coke, and will convert it into the MJ that can be put into this pulverizer. Since this pulverizer has got an energy gauge right here, it can store energy, so like all the other Industrial Craft 2 machines, it doesn't use energy unless it has to. It's 100% efficient. Well, I wouldn't say 100% efficient because we can get better engines than this, but you'll see what I mean. So, we put a piece of coal coke in there, nothing happens. Why is that? Well, the Stirling engine actually needs a redstone signal in order to operate. And the easiest way of doing that is to simply take a piece of stone, put it underneath a stick, because that's what makes a lever. So let's get this lever, put it next to the Stirling engine, and switch it on. And there that little bad boy goes. It is powering this pulverizer. The energy level is slowly creeping up, and that coal coke is being burnt. So, as this goes, that energy gauge is going to fill up, and eventually it'll have enough energy to, well, I guess you could say pulverize a piece of ore instead of macerate, because this isn't a macerator. So, like I said, there was one other machine that we could make, which was the powered furnace, which could accompany this pulverizer in ore processing. Now, the powered furnace has the same kind of input and output slots as the pulverizer does, because it is also part of thermal expansion. And so what we could do with that is we can place it right next to it, and then have a chest over there, and all of the ores will be processed automatically. All the ore processing will be done in the space of a few blocks. It's pretty damn cool. I love these machines for it, and this zombie is pissing me off, so I'm going to bed. And I don't know what this one-way block facing bullshit is. I've just never used it, ever. And I cleared out all the trees from around my my new base, so hopefully those mobs will all burn up in the sunlight eventually. That's right, I can hear them moaning. Poor buggers. Anyway, the MJ is filling up. How much more have we got to go? Barely even done. So I say let's grab some of our ores. Let's get some tin. Let's just put 4 in there. I don't know why. I don't know why 4. But let's put some in there. So as you can see, it is processing the tin ore, and it's draining from the energy level. Now, since there is no kind of inventory to the side of the pulverizer, to the export side at least, it won't just plop it out and plop it onto the ground like industrial craft machines will. It'll be intelligent and it'll say, hold on, there's nothing there. I need to hold on to this until something is there. So it'll just keep it in its mini inventory until something is done to fix that. And that thing that can be done to fix that is to put a powered furnace there. So let's make that powered furnace. Furnace, powered furnace. There we are. We need machine frame like before, a redstone reception crawl like before, copper like before, but this time we need redstone and cupola bricks. And to get these brick blocks, we need these kind of bricks that we get from clay. And so we need to get some clay. And where better to get clay but to the ocean? And where better to get the ocean but right here? Give me some fracking clay. And this could take a while again because I'm mining underwater. Actually, is there any in this pool right here? That would be nice. Yes, there is. There's a multitude of it. Yes, I thought that was sand for a second. Oh, what a calamitous calamity that would have been. Don't go underwater. That slows you down, you slow bastard. Already slow as it is. Okay, that's enough for now. I don't need any more, really. How many is that? 28. Pfft, that's well enough. That's like 7 bricks. Come on. 7 brick blocks, even. So. Oh, thanks for the rotten flesh. I'll take that. I'll take that, bruv. Oh, yeah, and I got my rubber trees growing again outside here. I've got plenty of saplings, if you're wondering. So, let's get this clay cooking. I guess I'm going to have to... I could use my electric furnace for this. I don't see why not. Let's whack that in there. And let's put another piece of coal coke in here. And wait for that to finish. And I'll also do my sticky resin, so that's nice. Macerator, you're going to be put out of a job, I'm afraid. Electric furnace, I will keep you, because I think you're in pretty much the same league as the powered furnace. It's just that the pulverizer is better than the macerator. Yeah, that's all I have to say, really. So, I reckon I'm also going to need a bit more of that glass stuff, so... How on earth am I going to get a lot of glass? Well, I'm going to need a lot of sand. But actually, there is one method of getting sand that I learnt, which is actually quite interesting. I never knew this before, but what you can actually do to get sand... Ah, there we go. There's a side product. Side product for tin, you have a small chance of getting some iron dust. Secondary output. It just makes... It gives you more stuff than you really should get, really. But anyway, that thing is still burning up the coal coke. It lasts a long time. A nice way of getting sand easily, as opposed to just mining sand, is you can actually grab some cobblestone. Don't know what... Oh yeah, I already had some in my inventory. Whatever. You can actually grab some cobblestone and you can put it in the pulverizer, and it should... Come on. Don't need to take that out. It should... There we are. And it should pulverize the cobblestone into... sand. So if you've got an excess of cobblestone, which you'll probably get if you've got a quarry set up, we'll get onto that later, then you can just pulverize it into sand and make it into glass. It's a very good way of getting lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of glass. So how's this clay doing? Oh, that's plenty of stuff. I'll make that all into brick blocks. Perfect, 4 brick blocks. That'll be enough for a few things. So I think that's pretty much all that we needed, although, oh, you can get gravel as a side product. Oh, that is interesting as well. Wow. You learn something new every day, kids. Anyway, let's get some more glass on. Maybe I will put out those iron furnaces, actually. Okay, I've got a bit more sand right here. Where my iron furnace is? Right there! Let's put them along this wall in the lonely corner. They are so lonely. Don't know what kind of face that was, but it was a creepy one. Let's put the coal into the iron furnace and get this smelting. Oh yeah, I remember that incident that I once had with accidentally smelting the sand when I didn't need to for the coke oven. I don't know what was going through my head at that point. Let's take the rest of this cobblestone out, because we really don't need to process that. Although, more sand would be nice. I don't know what for, but it just would be nice. Let's put the rest of the cobblestone back. And, okay, how's this doing? We've got plenty of power going in, and... yeah, that looks like it's just pumping off the excess for some reason. Maybe it's still got the redstone signal. Maybe that's why. Is there actually any more power going in? Oh, there is. Okay. Bit of excess. Sure. Why not? Okay. I'll take that clay out. Don't really need it anymore. We'll just make some more bricks. Ooh. That's right. So, powered furnace. Have we got pretty much everything? Yes, we have. We just need to get some more glass, because we need to make some machine frames. So we need a machine frame. That's really all we need, aside from everything else. Oh, I will need some gold. That's what I'll need. Wrong chest. See, this is what wrong chest. Wow, the gold was right next to me the whole time. So I'm gonna have to get used to this setup. Right. So back to the crafting table. Don't know what that was either. Anyway, reception coil. Got some copper there. Let's make the machine frame. Got enough iron. Got plenty of iron. And I think that's just about all we need to make. So redstone up there, copper there, and some bricks. And there we have our powered furnace. Now this powered furnace works exactly the same way as the pulverizer does, except it smelts stuff. So as you can see, well, actually no, that's bad because I took the tin dust out. But let's plonk it down there. And let's make it so that items can come in through this left side, which is where the pulverizer outputs to. So we'll set, yeah, that's already set to blue, so that's fine. If I've got if I want to queue up anything to be smelted, I can just put another hopper on here. I'll keep that slot blue. Bottom slot doesn't matter because it's not going to do anything. And the back slot, I think it would be a good idea to keep the back. Actually, no, the back slot doesn't need to be anything for power. I'm going to make another one of these Stirling engines so that I can power both of these things with the same efficiency and whatnot. So let me go make that other Stirling engine. Alrighty, one more Stirling engine. That'll be used to power the pulverizer because I want the pulverizer to be equal. Good. Brilliant. So this thing isn't flipping around. Okay, for that I'm going to need to make a wrench. And for a wrench, a buildcraft wrench at least, all we need is some iron and a stone gear. Now, as you can see, there are a bunch of other things. Wrenches, there's an industrial craft wrench which we made before, there's an electric wrench, there's another wrench, MFFS multi-tool wrench, omni wrench, quartz wrench. We just need this buildcraft wrench, so that means we need to get even more sticks. These freaking gears. God, why do we need so much wood? I don't know. There we go, and then the iron. It's really quite a cheap recipe. There we are. Once you've got a lot of iron, of course. So let's right click on this engine, and it'll flip it around. Look at that. And this wrench isn't used up like the industrial craft wrench is. So that will power the pulverizer once it's turned on, and we're also going to need another lever for that. So there we go, because we need to power that thing. And so, yeah, this is really our basic setup. Although one last thing we're going to need is for the ingots to be put into a chest. And I think this chest, which already has a bunch of ingots in it, would be a good idea. And I sounded like a chav there, didn't I? This thing needs to. I need to use something which got like ingots in it, That's probably not the best thing I could have said. I could have improved that a lot more. And that is going to be in the way of the lever. I'm going to put the lever on the wall. Yeah. I need this chest with ingots in it. Oh dear. Anyway, should I? Yeah, this isn't the greatest setup, but I'm sure I'll improve it at some point. Basically, ingots ores go in here, all get outputted here. Eventually, goes into the powered furnace through the input, and everything that is smelted goes into this chest, including all of these ores that were originally in there. So there we are. Now, let's get this thing rolling. So I'm gonna put these dust that I already had into the powered furnace once I've actually got some fuel. Let's go see how much coal coke we got. Perfect. Another 5 coal coke. So let's put a couple in here and a couple into here. Sounding a bit Welsh there. And then these things are going to receive some more power. So let's put the remaining ores we have. Let's put a bit of iron over here. Let's put the tin that we had in there. And eventually the powered furnace is going to have enough power so that it can smelt this tin dust into tin ingots. There we go. That's even better ore production than all this industrial craft stuff. I'll probably tidy the industrial craft stuff up later. But for now, let's see this thing happen. Pulverizing the iron ore into iron dust. And let's see that tin dust go. It disappeared. Why did it disappear? It didn't disappear, it went into here, which is a bad example because they were already stacked. There were 28 of these before, now there are 29. Okay? Just live with it. There we are. That is even better ore production in Feed the Beast. And I think we are going to finish it off right there. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please click the like button below. And if you enjoy what you see, please click the subscribe button below this video. And I'll see you in the next episode of Feed the Beast, in which we will, well, I'll clear this place up. And then I think we'll get on to quarrying in the next episode, considering the fact we've got quite a bit of stuff. So I'll see you then, and goodbye.